My name is Mercy Tyra from Kenya, and today we're going to talk about Afrika Speaks. Do you know the history of Afrika Speaks? Afrika Speaks started as a simple and basic email signifying the power of technology if used properly. June 2001, the first Vindra Tarzi Vitachi International Youth Conference entitled Education for a Human Future was held at the Athlete Century Park Hotel in Jakarta, Indonesia's capital city. The gathering was named to honor the late Vindra Vitachi, a Sri Lanka journalist and an international civic servant who had been an executive director of UNICEF and the Assistant Secretary General of the United States. Amongst the 250 youth delegates was a young African man from Zimbabwe. Due to the inspiration of the first Vitachi International Youth Conference, Munyaradzi Muzenda, an active youth worker, social entrepreneur, creative thinker, marketer and founder of Touch Youth Association, started and implemented the project Afrika Speaks. Exactly 90 days after Indonesia in October 2001, with guidance from VTV conference staff and mentors, Haglin of Kapware, New Zealand. Haglin was Munyaradzi's project mentor. Wakapware means opening the mind, which tally nicely with Afrika Speaks. Afrika Speak project is the only surviving seed of the first VTV International Youth Conference held in Indonesia in June 2001, and GAB, the only 2010 World Cup legacy project with a youthful soul and Pan-African energy still spreading its wings of hope and the message of peace as basic ingredients to the Africa we want. Afrika Speaks aims for young people to celebrate being Africa and envision the beauty of future of Africa. It helps young people to reach their full potential through proper utilization of their God-given talents and skills. Afrika Speaks also helps young people to live their dreams. It aims to market and promote the natural beauty, heritage and culture of Africa globally, using the gifts and talent of African young people. It also helps in telling the untold story of Africa using the gifts and talent of young people, for example, arts, storytelling, among others. The first Vitachi International Youth Conference was sponsored by Guerrent Hermes Foundation. The first African Speak Conference was held at the Great Zimbabwe in Masvingo, 25th to 28th October 2001. It has always been every person's dream to live his or her dream. Africa is a dream on its own. After meeting in Arusha, Tanzania, with an aim of advocating for SDGs, Afrika Speaks are now on the move. In 2020, they have a plan. People will converge in Arusha, Tanzania and have a 3-day conference with the theme #Africa We Want, #Live Your Dream. After the 3 days conference, Afrika Speak will have 55 females and 55 male from all the 55 African countries hiking Mount Kilimanjaro for the African they want and placing the Agenda 2063 at the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro from 19th to 25th May 2020. In order to climb, one must have an African dream that will at least create 55 permanent jobs. Afrika Speaks We'll also have 55 male riders and 55 riders riding to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, then ride down and then go around Mount Kilimanjaro. Then, the hikers and riders will join the Live Your Dream and Africa We Want Festival, concert and exhibition at Bomangombe or TGT grounds. The riders and climbers will then fly to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia for a reception and awards and then flag off on the last Sunday of May 2020. Live Your Dream and Africa We Want Moving Arts will start from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia to Nairobi, Kenya. Then from Nairobi, Kenya to Kampala, Uganda. From Uganda to Kigali, Rwanda. Then to Goma, DRC. Then from Goma to Kigali, Rwanda again. Then Dodoma. And from Dodoma to Dar, Tanzania. From Dar, Tanzania to Lolingwe in Malawi. Then from Malawi to Lusaka, Zambia. From Zambia to Bulawayo. Then from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe to Botswana. From Botswana to Namibia. From Namibia to Lesotho. From Lesotho to Pretoria, South Africa. From South Africa to Mbabane, Swaziland. And then from Swaziland to Maputo in Mozambique. From Mozambique to Marondera in Zimbabwe. And then Live Your Dream in Africa We Want Moving Arts from Marondera, Harare. They will close the ceremony at Addis Ababa, Harare. That will be from May to August 2020. This will be the biggest ever event. Africa Speaks call upon all well-wishers and sponsors in order to come on board and support them for them to make Africa a better place for me and for you. Indeed, we can.